Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Wednesday night, and this is Mary Louise Eller in Salt Lake City, Utah. I am talking to you tonight about the opportunity of Kyani, and I would like to ask of you all that you keep an open mind. I know if somebody invited you to this webinar, perhaps you've tried network marketing before like I had, and you have a poor opinion of the industry like it's corrupt, but Kyani is different. And I'm going to keep saying that over and over because I really want you to get that Kyani is different. Many people say that, but by the end of this webinar, I hope that you will know that for Kyani, it is true in many different ways. So a little bit of my history with Kyani. I started 7.5 years ago at the invitation of a good friend who hasn't. You know, sometimes you just can't tell your good friends no. And I wanted to help my friend Mike Akagi. He was an adjunct or hourly professor at BYU, Hawaii, teaching English as a second language. He's Japanese American. And he's a world-class athlete like I have been all of my adult life. He's a runner. And I have a six degrees of black belt in Olympic sport, Taekwondo. I was 20-time U.S. national gold medalist, 9-time world champion. And Mike and I have been friends. His sons got their black belts with me in my school. And he and I for 20 years have shared with each other supplements that actually, might give us an edge in high performance. And of course, our healthy supplements. And I'm a biologist in my education and work experience in life and worked in research for about 20 years. So with that basis in science and sports, Mike and I researched a lot of supplementation, trying to get higher performance out of an older body, always, and we were always committed to health. That's a passion that he and I both share. I really am committed to being well with every breath of life. I simply decline with age, and and I'm being responsible for that. So Mike is the one that brought me these products. I was just going to buy the products from him, but he said that in that down economy in 2008, the Japanese students simply weren't coming, and being an adjunct professor, they were cutting his teaching hours every semester, and he was about to lose his home when he shared with me that he was delivering pizza at night just to keep the lights on. I was brokenhearted for him, and I was like, well, I do not think network marketing is going to save your financial rear. But hey, he kept telling me, no, I think Kyani's different. I looked at their compensation plan, and it's a whole new model in the industry. And I was like rolling my eyes on the phone. He couldn't see me because I think I've heard that before. But Mike said he was going to, try to save his financial future and save his home. And he was going to work 12 hours a day. And if he didn't at least make $1,000, he would never, ever say the word network marketing to me again. He made $10,000 his first month, and I dabbled a couple of hours a day, maybe that much, maybe only an hour a day, and made $2,000. And so Mike was right and I was wrong. Kyani is different. So I'd like you to listen, like that could just possibly be true. So I'm declaring that Kyani is not like the network marketing companies of your grandparents, where you got paid on levels and structures and they limited you, and the biggest exponential growth you made nothing on, and all of that. We have a new, innovative, revolutionary compensation plan designed by a Japanese company. By the way, the Japanese are a very cooperative culture. You didn't see them looting in the streets when they had their earthquake and tsunami. You saw them come together and reconstruct and help each other. And they are second in the world in terms of dollars spent in network marketing, and number one in the world in terms of per capita people doing network marketing. But so they love network marketing, but they did not like the competitive compensation plans that came out of the United States that literally put you in competition with your business partners. You enroll these people, your friends, your family, your business contacts. And in all of those other network marketing compensation plans, you literally are competing with them, and they're on your team. Kyani really is revolutionary. It pays on all volume of sales in your entire organization. So we've killed the pyramid scheme thing, and we now have a revolutionary new compensation plan that is based on work ethic alone, not structures and levels. Volumes of sales like any business in the world. So that means something profound for you. We have products, 3 products, not a buying club of products you could buy anywhere, but 3 health products are based in more mainstream science than I have seen in my lifetime, and that are making a difference in the quality of people's health and high performance, and also your financial health. And it's such a new revolutionary idea. We're calling it total team marketing. We have a very high retention rate because people actually make money in this company, and the products work. So people see that they have reduced pain in their life. Like me, I had migraine headaches that I suffered with all of my adult life, sometimes going to the hospital thinking I was dying with a brain tumor. Nothing normal could hurt that bad. And there was no allopathic medical treatment that the doctors offered me that actually worked. It might take the edge off the pain, but I still got 2 or 3 migraine headaches for 2 to 3 days at a time, where I was literally non-functional. So I would like lose a week, a month, always dreading the next one, and I haven't had one since I've started the products. I travel the world now with Kyani, having the time of my life, when most people my age are kind of cruising downhill, both with their income and with their health, and I'm going up in both. I'm totally abnormal for my age, and I love being abnormal in that way. And, you know, I am helping people. I'm watching people share with me that they don't have migraine headaches, that their blood pressure is going down, that their biochemical profile is normalizing, that their lipid profile is normalizing, that their blood sugar levels are going down, all these things, and that they're feeling great. You know, most people my age are on 15 different medications and they're still sick. So I am enjoying outstanding health and outstanding wealth. I never in this world imagined that I could be earning the kind of residual income. I have about 75,000 people in my organization using these products every month, and I make commissions on all of it, okay, not just levels. So we are revolutionary, rather like the Kyani, like Kyani is to the network marketing industry, like the iPad was to the computing industry. It was an evolutionary leap, not just an advancement in computing, but the touchscreen evolved the computing industry. And that's the way our compensation plan is evolving the network marketing industry. We are a completely new model. The only way you can wreck it is don't do anything, but go to work one day and don't do anything and see how long your job lasts. But, you know, residual income and even the potential for residual wealth is an idea that I never thought would be in my future. And it is. And I'm having a great time doing it. I travel the world. I speak fluent Spanish without a Southern accent, they tell me. And I opened most of the Latin American market beginning in Mexico about 5 years ago, and now we're in 5 Latin American countries. And if you had told me 5 years ago that I would be opening global markets for a breakthrough natural supplement company, I would have thought you were smoking something, because I have absolutely zero experience in sales and marketing. And now, because this industry has shown me that if you have an ethical company that puts something together like Kyani has, it is very, very powerful vehicle, like I said, for residual wealth. And so now I'm studying the industry. I used to be just a product geek. Now I'm an industry geek. I know why these companies never worked for me before. They weren't designed for me. They were designed for the special few who got in first, less than 2%. And a lot of them fail, 96%. Number one reason they fail is insufficient financial funding. We'll see why Kyani, they're calling the most financially secure launch in the history of the industry. So all that I have seen over the years that gave network marketing a bad reputation and did not work for people. Kyani has fixed all of that. And so that's what I hope you're going to see with me tonight. So this company is different. Our products are different. There are thousands of healthy supplements on the market, but Kyani's, what we call these 3 products, the Triangle of Health, they are literally a breakthrough in cardiovascular and brain health, and that is backed by mainstream science. You can go to PubMed for public medicine, pubmed.gov, and I'm going to tell you what to search when we get to the product section, and you can see some of this research for yourself. And then, you know, maybe I'll open up the microphones and we'll see if somebody would like to share some of the results they've had on the products. So, you know, for myself, it's given me the, not just energy, I'm a martial artist. I know what is life force or chi. And I say these products have elevated chi, life force, that is beyond energy, and have taken all the pain out of my body. I literally, at 72 years old, have no pain in my body, and I've had back surgery, and a lot of people who've had back surgery still have pain the rest of their life, and I don't. So I love these products, and I love this company, and our compensation plan is a revolution in the industry. And I would say your timing is perfect. I'm a red diamond now with Kyani. I'm on the CEO Council, the Global CEO Council, and I've seen the income, the sales for the company each year, and I say we're in full-blown global momentum, and now would be perfect timing for you to come in, because when I came in, they say, you know, getting in at the top is where it's at in network marketing. That would be in the old models, but in this one, now is actually better because it's easier. We have all these duplicatable systems and trainings and presentations, none of which we had when I came in. So your timing is perfect. Now, I know we sell products, and I do marketing, and I'm proud of that. People ask me what I do, and I say I am an international marketer in my own company, and I'm very proud to say that. And I tell people we're a network marketing company, and we are a whole new model in this industry. But what I really know that I'm doing, what really gets me up in the morning and keeps me thinking about how I can expand this throughout the world, is that we're changing lives. We're making life better. We're giving people new hope. Kyani works if we work. And we're creating whole new possible futures for people. I've been to Honduras, where the average income for somebody who works not 8 hours a day, but 12 hours a day, is bare bones subsistence living, about the equivalence of $300 US a month. And these people are now making thousands and maybe tens of thousands of dollars, having the first car of their lives, much less the luxury cars provided by Kyani. I have 2 luxury cars for my family. My young son, who the older boys are saying he is spoiled rotten now because of what I've done in Kyani, he gets to drive a Lexus to college. And I have a beautiful Mercedes. It's a sport Mercedes. I am like the coolest grandmother in the world. I have people stopping me at the grocery store saying, oh my gosh, that's the coolest car I've ever seen. It is. And, you know, I am enjoying that, but I'm also empowering the quality of life for people all around the world. And that's what I'm passionate about. I'm a coach, I'm a teacher, I'm a warrior teacher clan. And what I'm about in life is making a difference. Yes, do I want to experience the best of life? Absolutely, and Kyani's given me access to that. But I really am about empowering others to the best of life. I'm out to make a difference. So let's look at the little history of the company. We were launched in August of 2007, so we're about 8 years in the market. That's important because 96% of these companies fail, and they usually fail in the first 5 years, with the overwhelming majority in the first 3 years. We're actually 10 years old because we were founded in that formulation phase administratively in 2005. And our owners were privately owned. You won't see us on the stock market. So therefore, our owners can make the decisions that are important to us to be made quickly. And you know, they've invested hundreds of millions of dollars of their own money, and they've not taken 1 cent out in the last 10 years. They've reinvested, reinvested, reinvested. So I think that is extraordinary. They're calling us the most financially secure launch in the history of the industry. When I first came in, we were only in 30 countries. Now we're in 67, so I'll have to change the slide. We have all the manufacturing is done in the United States. They're done in pharmaceutical grade facilities. Two of our products, the raw material, the raw products come from Alaska, and we've got warehouses and offices in 30 countries around the world. We're members of the Direct Selling Association, which a lot of these companies never qualify because they literally don't have all their ethics in place. And Kyani has been a member of the DSA since their very first year. Our CEO used to be on the board of directors for the DSA. Needless to say, that's why we qualify, because he made sure we did have our ethics in place. So I really like that we are an ethical company. We are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and we have revolutionary products and a revolutionary compensation plan. We are positioned for massive exponential global growth. So these are our owners. We're privately owned by the Hansen family. Kirk Hansen is the younger brother. He is our founder and chairman. And in the office every day before the staff gets there, Jim Hansen, his older brother, works for their family company of 3 generations of their family, Conrad Bischoff, and they are the largest gas and oil distributors of the Western United States. Now, they didn't start that big. They started by buying a gas station. And I consider that to be a very hard way to make a living. I see gas stations and restaurants, and it looks to me like those businesses own those people rather than the people owning them, because they're there 10, 12 hours a day, and there's no relief. But this family has been very innovative, and the first one to put a convenience store with a gas station, first ones to elevate the roofs of the big and put diesel fuel in the, you know, normally just the automobiles went to their gas stations and the big trucks went to theirs. They wanted to sell a lot more fuel to those big trucks, so they started doing diesel and elevating the roofs and really making the gas station something quite leading edge, clean. All their stations, I travel in Idaho, and their stations are bright and clean and just at top of the line. And you know, have bought now most of the, or built most of the Phillips 66 and Conoco in the Western United States. I like being partners with billionaires. These people are not just billionaires on paper and what they're invested in, which can disappear in a down economy. They are billionaires in annual income. They did not need to make more money. They did Kyani to make a difference. So I found them in 7 years of knowing them, more than 7 years, that they always keep their word 100% of the time. I don't know anybody else in life, much less business, where I think notoriously in business, people say anything they think you want to hear and have absolutely no commitment to providing it. But I found the exact opposite to be true with our owners. Carl Taylor, the other family, these two families have partnered up for the last 3 generations of their family. They own shopping centers, dealerships of cars and motorcycles, and the Taylors own Taylor Family Farms, the 2nd largest potato producer in the United States. They started very humbly with 3 leased acres, a horse and a plow, and now they have 300,000 acres, organic vegetable farms. They do something like, I don't know, 20 million tons of potatoes they process a day in their processing plants up in Idaho, and they have cattle ranches too. So meat and potatoes, gas and oil, doesn't matter the economy. I would say we have owners that are economy proof, because we're going to put gas in our car and food on the table. And the down economy in 2008, 2009 did not hurt these families. So they didn't have any experience in network marketing, but they had the money to go out and contract the best. And that would be Michael Brashears, with 30 years of experience in leading companies to global expansion in the industry. And he was ready to retire when they invited him to be our CEO. And he just kind of put the old palm to the head and slapped his head and said, well, I guess I've got one more left in me, because this is the one I've always been looking for. We're a perfect storm. We've got a plan that works for anyone who will work, and we've got products that are life-changing, and we have the stable financial funding, and we've got timing that is absolutely one of those rare times, like once-in-a-lifetime opportunities for people. Now, do you need supplementation? Let's look at that. We're going to look at our products. This is a scientific study done about 16 years ago, and there's 30 pages. This is just one excerpt. You can look at the first line. In 1951, a serving of spinach had 8,000 international units of vitamin A. But 50 years later, only 700, less than 9%. And in this study, the overall average was only 25%. So of the vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, antioxidants, even if you eat real food, and a lot of people are eating pasta food and Burger Biggie, and they you know, I'm not even saying that. That's like food your body can't even recognize. But if you're eating real food, you are only getting, on the average, of 25% of the nutrients that used to be present in our food 50, 60 years ago. What is the result of that? Epidemic levels. When I was a little girl, well, let's just say until I was 20 years old, I never heard the word cancer. And now it used to be like you could say 1 out of 1,000 people had cancer 50 years ago. Now 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women. You might argue that, oh, diagnosis is so much better these days and we know so much, but you can't argue quite that much. Heart disease, same thing, has skyrocketed in the last 25 years. Oh, and by the way, in the last 5 years, it has gone down. Do you know why even the medical arena is saying why? And that's because of supplementation. So, you know, this is epidemic levels of diabetes around the world. And our products make a difference in the lipid, what do you call that? The metabolic syndrome that goes along with type 2 diabetes. And so we're making a profound difference. So these are our 3 products we call the Triangle of Health. Kyani Sunrise, #1 ingredient you'll see is the wild Alaskan blueberry. Now, the Tlingit Indians are being studied for the last 20 years because they don't have the levels of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, immune system diseases. They don't have words in their language for those diseases. And the mainstay of their diet are the basis of 2 of Kyani's products, the wild Alaskan blueberry, and in the Kyani Sunset, the main ingredient is wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. And you see the 3 capsules. You take those 3 capsules with your evening meal and 1 packet sunrise first thing in the morning. And then we're going to talk about our Nitro FX, Nitro Extreme family of products, extracts from the noni plant. All right, and we're going to see why these 3 products have such a powerful positive impact on our health. So, you know, we've talked about antioxidants. There's been all the rage for the last 25 years, antioxidants, antioxidants. And why are people saying we need antioxidants? Well, you saw the diminishment of nutrition. Well, antioxidants is part of that. So if the #1 cause of disease and aging in the human body is actually inflammation, and #2 is free radical damage. So all cell function and energy produced at the cell level is also releasing free radicals. Unless you have antioxidant from plants in your diet to combine or to bind those free radicals, they're going to go and damage and steal electrons from your normal cells and actually causing disease and rapid aging in the human body. So you need to, we just don't have them in our food anymore. So do you need a strong antioxidant? Yes. And there have been a lot of them on the market, but most of them that used to be on the market maybe still are. But we've got all of them in this product. Now, the wild Alaskan blueberry, Tufts University did a study about 15 years ago, and they, out of testing 40 fruits and vegetables, said the most powerful antioxidant by about 3 times was the domestic farmed blueberry. but this is from the wild Alaska blueberry. This is a tundra in Alaska of tens of thousands of acres. And because of this severe environmental stress, you've got an adaptogenic plant. It's adapted over millennia to withstand. It's the only fruit that grows in the entire tundra. So needless to say, it's a mainstay of the Tlingit Indian tribe that lives in this region. It only is harvested maybe a month or 6 weeks a year in the summertime, but they literally dry it and preserve it, and it's a mainstay of their diet. And this, why is this so strong, is about 5 to 20 times stronger in antioxidant value because of this severe environmental stress. If you took a blueberry plant from the lower 48 up to Alaska, it would not survive one season because of the temperatures dropping 100 degrees below zero, and maybe 3 months a year of 24 hours a day of darkness and 3 months a year of 24 hours a day of nothing but sun. It just simply wouldn't survive that kind of environment. So you've got a super plant, and so they're calling it the king of fruits because it's not just powerful antioxidants, but all the phytonutrients and vitamins and minerals present in the wild Alaskan blueberry. That's the #1 ingredient in Kyani's Sunrise 1 ounce super concentrated first thing in the morning. But they searched the world for all the superfoods, acai, maki berry, amla berry, and mangosteen, goji, which is the common term is wolfberry, and then the common fruits that we know these benefits of cranberry, like a natural antiseptic in the blood, and red raspberry, and grapes, grape skin, grape seed extract, rich in resveratrol that promotes the health of the cardiovascular system. We know about the energy produced and the overall tonic effect on the body from ginseng, ashwagandha also from India, which also they've been using for centuries, not just for high performance and energy, but as a treatment for depression. People with depressive disorders get better very quickly with that ashwagandha. And then they added spinach, kale, broccoli. The cruciferous vegetables have been associated as being anti-tumor, anti-cancer. And all that research is available. Just Google it. So if you just look here on the left side of the page, in this 1 ounce, that's the amount of vitamins, minerals in 1 ounce. It's mind-boggling. You couldn't afford to buy that quantity of food, but neither could you eat that quantity of food. Look at the vitamin B12 as if you'd had about 5 pounds of sardines every day of your life. That's impossible. And that's the amount of B12, which boosts the immune system, that's in 1 ounce of the Kyani product. So what's in it for you? Everything in your body is getting the nutrition it needs, so it's going to work better. So obviously more energy. You're not going to get away from stress, but you don't have to suffer the damage at the cell level from stress. So of course you're not going to feel as fatigued because the stress is not damaging you at the cell level. And like I say, it's just something that you're going to take 1 ounce in the morning and you feel good all day long. And I have just unending energy. A lot of people that talk to me on the phone, they say, well, you don't sound 72. I find that hysterically funny. I'm like, what does 72 sound like? I guess you're just like hardly able to muster the energy to creak out a voice or something. I don't know, but I am full of energy, and that communicates even on the phone or over the webinar. It is going to improve your immune system. I haven't had a cold or flu in 7 years. And I know people, even if they do get them, they get over them in 2 days, not a week, and they don't get as sick. And I know about homeopathic. So if I ever start to get a runny nose, I'm maybe really stressed or traveling in an airplane with somebody. I do remember the one time I came back on a plane from Asia and somebody hacked and coughed sitting right next to me the whole time. And I got home and started to get a little runny nose. And went right to the health food store and bought some Alpha CF for cold flu. It's a homeopathic, really works. Took a few of those tablets, all the symptoms went away. So I haven't had a full-blown cold or flu in 7 years. And I do use, vitamin C, vitamin D3, especially in the wintertime. But other than that, my Kyani Triangle of Health is all I do, and I used to probably take about $500 a month in supplements. I've studied it since I was 25. I've been a world-class athlete. Mike and I co-authored a book called Secrets of the Fountain of Youth, and it's all about supplementation for health and high performance. And this is something that I have probably read thousands of hours over the last 45 years. So you're getting all these benefits. It is going to promote health of every system in your body and the flexibility and cognitive function, the brain function. So I love this product, but when I look at Sunset, I'm like, okay, now this is a product I'm going to be on the rest of my life. I will stockpile it because I've never seen a supplement in my lifetime in this study I've just talked about that provides what this product provides. So first of all, let's look at the omega-3. You know, the doctors have been saying for 25 years that we were very deficient in our diet in omega-3. And they recommended fish oil. Why? Because it's a complete EPA, DHA, omega-3. Flaxseed oil has omega-3, but it's very light on the DHA fraction, whereas the fish oil is complete. But that was actually the birth, with every breakthrough in science, there's going to be a surge of money made on what the doctors say. And so fish farming was born at that time. And the problem is that they're greed-based and money-based. They want to make more money, so they put the fish in tanks where they can manage them, don't have to go out and fish. And they can stack them on top of each other and really crowd them. Problem is the fish can't swim, so to start with, that's what produces the high quality of omega-3. So it's worthless to start with. But worse, you're going to be damaging your health because most of the oceans of the world are polluted with cadmium, mercury, PCB, lead, heavy metals, and fat cells bind toxins. And what is fish oil but concentrated amounts of fat cells? And so if there are heavy metals in the water that cause cancer, they're going to be concentrated in the fat cells. Ours is from wild-caught fish in Alaska and guaranteed to be heavy metal-free. But not from the usual sources. And then the fish get diseased because they're not meant to be stacked on top of each other, and they put antibiotics in their feed. That gets concentrated in the fat cells, and so on, other medications. And so to start with, you're not getting the omega-3 you're taking and buying it for, but worse yet, you're damaging your health. So, consumer beware. We need to know these things. But Kyani is an ethical company, and they're out to make a difference. So they're making a difference with their products. So they're committed to the efficacy and the purity of their products. So they're not doing damage, and they're actually providing a benefit. So to start with, what are you going to get from this high quality omega-3, 1,000 milligrams of EPA, DHA, omega-3? Well, it's going to promote cardiovascular and brain health. You need that for brain function. So it's going to make a huge difference. A lot of people report that their blood sugar levels start to go down. Their lipid profile starts to normalize and improve. Their blood pressure starts to go down and maintain healthy blood pressure. I'm 72. My blood pressure is 110/70. That's not normal for my age. I just so love being abnormal about that. It is going to help your energy levels. It is going to boost the immune system. It is going to provide brain function, because when your brain has these kinds of omega-3s, fatty acids, it's going to function at a higher level. So this product, Kyani Sunset, a 10% dilution, you can go to the KyaniScience.com. You can see this study, and they were reducing inflammation by almost 95% with a 10% dilution of this product. Now that's huge, because inflammation is the #1 cause of disease and aging in the human body. Some people think high cholesterol is the source of plaque buildup in your arteries. Well, it's a participant for sure, but it wouldn't stick to the interior walls of the arteries without inflammation. So I would say the etiology or cause of the arterial or atherosclerosis and resultant arteriosclerosis would be inflammation. Well, if you could reduce inflammation, you're going to impact the health. You're going to promote health of the whole human organism. But then if you look at those little red seeds there from a seed pod from the annatto bush down in Ecuador, Dr. Berry-Tan was the one who discovered what this seed was made of. 100% fraction of vitamin E, tocotrienol, 90% delta fraction, the most powerful fraction, 10% gamma. Why is that important to us? Because that is what helps. If you go to pubmed.gov and you put in the search box tocotrienol, you see the spelling right there, you'll see thousands of research articles, and they're going to be talking about the impact on promoting cardiovascular health. They're also going to be talking about preventing cell damage from radiation, a huge issue in the world with all the electronics that we have and the radiation spills, et cetera, et cetera. There is radiation in our environment more so than ever in the history of the human race. But it's there, but it doesn't have to damage your body at the cell level. That is proven by mainstream science behind these products. And then it helps to normalize coagulation processes in your blood. That's important in today's world. And then if you look at some of this research, it's talking about tocotrienols as being powerful anti-angiogenic agents. Cancerous tumors, you have tumor cells in your body every day of your life, and your immune system just literally eliminates them. But maybe because of genetics or toxins or stress or whatever in your individuality, those cancer cells are going to start to get ahead of your immune system. They're going to form a very intelligent community, and they're going to secrete a cell factor stimulating in the surrounding tissues rapid production of blood vessels. And a tumor's sole purpose is to grow until it usurps the function of the organ, and the person would die. So if you could slow that growth or reverse that growth process. Now, if you could reverse the growth process and slow tumor growth, wouldn't you think you could help your body prevent that process of angiogenesis from ever getting started? I don't think that's a leap of faith. I think that's only logical. And that, again, is backed by mainstream science. Now, let's look at our third product in this Kyani triangle of health. And again, this is based on Nobel Prize winning research, the importance of nitric oxide, again, to cardiovascular health and also brain health, because as well as being a vasodilator, simply put, it's going to help improve circulation. It's also anti-inflammatory, so it's going to reduce inflammation also, working. And so is our first product, Kyani Sunrise, is anti-inflammatory. And then nitric oxide also reduces pain, but it's a neurotransmitter too, or a signaling molecule, and every cell and system in your body communicates as a unified organism, the human body, through neurotransmission. Every thought in your brain happens only in the presence of nitric oxide, and after the ripe old age of 25, your body is going to produce 10 to 15% less nitric oxide every decade of life, which, well, therefore, very logically, that's why most older people start to get cardiovascular disease, and most people start to get brain dysfunction, Alzheimer's, dementia. And what these doctors proved is that the lion's share, even though nitric oxide is produced in every cell of your body, the lion's share is produced in the cells that line the walls of your arteries, the endothelial cells, and that if people naturally have genetically low levels, they don't produce enough, or as they age, it goes down faster than the average person, those people always have cardiovascular disease. So then you're like, well, how could we raise nitric oxide levels of the body? Their research was based on an amino acid, the L-arginine molecule, and I'm going to call that the first generation of nitric oxide precursor. So this is not nitric oxide in a bottle. The pharmaceutical companies jumping on the bandwagon of the research, they went out and produced synthetic nitric oxide, but synthetic nitric oxide carries with it risk of death and blindness. Viagra was originally a heart drug. They just saw that because of vasodilation, and that's the circulatory disorders, often the reason for male sexual impotence, that they could make a whole lot more money as a male sexual potency drug. The only problem is it carries with it risk of death, and hundreds of men have died with that drug. This is not that. This is a precursor. You're giving your body the building blocks for your body to start to produce more nitric oxide. Does L-arginine stimulate the production in your body of nitric oxide? Absolutely, it's been proven in research. But it carries with it some side effects, about 40% if you start to look into it. Skin rashes and diarrhea, and also could possibly stimulate herpes virus. And some people I took that supplement for a couple of years until a friend of mine got herpes virus meningitis on that product, and I stopped doing that. So when this one came out, I looked at it rather cautiously, and because of Dr. Claire Francomano, who did a lot of research and has written the white papers on Kyani science about this product, this is a second generation of nitric oxide precursors, totally safe. There are no known side effects, and we have more than 1.5 million people around the world who've used this product without side effects. Somebody asked, how do we know there are no side effects? Well, we would have heard of them. We would have had reports. Now, I think anybody could be allergic to any plant, any food, and I've only known of one person who had an allergy to the noni plant and could not take this product, and that was a person in Asia. But it's the only time in 7.5 years I've even heard of anybody having a problem with this product. So does it raise nitric oxide levels in the human body? Yes, proven by scientific research. And why is that important? We talked about all those. Vasodilator, improving circulation, oxygenation of every cell and system in your body. Neurotransmitters, everything's communicating. Your thought processes, your brain function is going to improve. People sleep better on these, especially the sunset, by the way, and their mood improves, especially the sunset. That's been proven too in research. And so it is going to improve heart health, brain health, sexual function, and boost the immune system and improve nutrient absorption, of course. So of course you're going to have more energy because everything's working at a higher level as if you were younger. So I just call it, these three products, the triangle of health, the fountain of youth, and that is music to my ears. We have a lot of health testimonials. Let's see, raise your little hand, click the little hand icon, and I'll open up your microphone if you'd like to share with us a benefit that you've had on these products. And for those of you who are new, I'll share with you that I used to say, while I'm waiting to see if somebody has something they'd like to share, that I used to say we haven't scratched the surface of the athletic industry for these products. And do they improve performance? Absolutely. I was still on U.S. national team in technique and forms at the age of 67, won that national tournament, and then I had to have back surgery, and I haven't gone back to Taekwondo since because I lost a lot of flexibility in my back. And I figured, well, Kyani's my new game. I used to spend a lot of money in all my competitions going up through the ranks in Taekwondo, and then I went up through the ranks in Kyani, so I had the same sense of accomplishment and recognition, and the money was coming this way, and it was a lot of it. And I was like, gee, I wonder which game I like better. So Kyani is my game, and I train to stay healthy, but I'm not competing in Taekwondo anymore. Been there, done that, got my t-shirts, a lot of them. But now what we're seeing, NFL, NBA, Olympic athletes, world powerlifting champions, Micah Kagi in the lower left, my dear friend who and sponsor in Kyani. You know, people are using this. There's no stimulation. They're being tested urine and blood at world-class competition levels, and there's nothing that shows up as a stimulant. They're getting performance, high performance at the cell level. Okay, here is Michael Schmidt would like to share. And Michael, if you take your mute off and open up your microphone, please do share with us anything that you would like to share about your health and benefits on the products.
Well, I've been taking Kyani products now for about 15 months, And I have a health condition that's coronary artery disease. That I had my first heart attack about 3 years ago, and then taking Kyani products, my athletic performance has been the thing that has just improved beyond any expectation, from just sort of good enough to riding many miles every week on my bicycle. Now I'm in a three days a week in CrossFit, and I'm in the best physical health of my entire life as far as I know. But back at 1st of January, I had another issue with my heart, and I believe at that time that the Kyani products, especially the vasodilation effects of the nitro, was a great benefit to me. May have saved my life. So
Sure.
I won't. I don't go anywhere without it. Let's say that.
Very good, Michael. What about numbers? Did you have cholesterol issues and triglyceride issues? Anything about that?
Not so much, because I've been dealing with those issues with diet and lifestyle changes prior to taking Kyani. So I actually have pretty good numbers. But the athletic performance is by far, it just never ceases to surprise me what I'm capable of doing. Now I'm in the gym with a personal trainer who's pushing me real hard, and I'm imagining myself as a competitive athlete for the first time in my life. So that's all about Kyani.
Wonderful. Thanks for sharing that, Michael. So people get real results from these products, which is why, and they make real money from the business, because when you have products that work, you have something to share with others. And, you know, this is networking, working. For the first time that I've seen in my lifetime, and I've probably tried a half a dozen of these kinds of companies. Who wouldn't get enrolled in residual income and possibility of accessing great exponential growth and then wealth? But it never happened for me before in other companies. One thing you can know about me, I'm a 6th degree black belt. Only 1 in 10,000 people who begin their study of the martial arts ever gets to master instructor level, 6th degree. So, and I was a 20-year running U.S. national gold medalist. Most people only compete 3 to 5 years because it's too hard. But I loved my training, and I loved the competition, and felt most alive when I was engaged in making a difference, of showing that the human body was not the limit. So the thing you could say about me is I'm a person who'll do the work, and I'll do it consistently over time. And yet, with that kind of self-discipline, I couldn't make it in the network marketing industry. So I figured the industry was broken and couldn't be fixed, and that it was corrupt, and I wasn't going to participate in it. Had it not been for Mike, which I now have to grovel at his feet and thank him, because I can't even imagine, after my husband passed away and was sick for 5 years with cancer, and by the way, he lived 5.5 years with stage 4 lung cancer that carries with it the average life expectancy of 6 to 8 months, and at the longest in recorded medical history, as told to me by Dr. Wallace Akerley at the University of Utah Huntsman Cancer Institute, said he wished he could take credit for my husband's results, because nobody with that diagnosis of stage 4, very advanced multiple tumors in both lungs, ever lived more than 18 months. And he lived 5.5 years. So now he had an organic diet and did juicing, and he did ozone therapy, but he also took these products. And we talked about how the sunset, the Tocotrienols, will slow that tumor growth. And that's what he was amazed by, because his tumors did grow. He did not get cured of cancer. I'm not saying that, but they grew very slowly, a very aggressive, fast-growing type of cancer. And we had great years. We had more time together, and he had a good quality of life until the last 6 months. But where would I have been if, with that down economy where we lost most of our savings and investments, and my husband stopped producing, and he had been the one to do that for the last 30 years. If I had not said yes to Mike Akagi, we would have been living on Social Security, and I couldn't have given him all of the natural supplementation. It would have been too much money. Our insurance only paid for the medical therapies, and he didn't do any of those. So, you know, this has been a godsend for me, and Ron could leave us knowing that we were okay. We were not going to be destitute. Even though I was a professional in the medical industry, I could not have gone back because it's changed too much over the last 30 years. I would have had to get re-educated, and who would hire a 72-year-old but nobody? So I would hire me, and you know, I have my own business now. So we have a different compensation plan. It's not like anything in the industry. It's revolutionary, and like we talked about, pays on all volume in your whole organization. Total team volume. We get paid weekly for customers, sponsoring new distributors. We get bonuses from people on our team, the team bonuses. They sponsor new distributors with this business builder pack, and they make money. They make the sponsorship bonus, and because we're helping them and we're teaching them, there's $100 that passes up to the leaders up above. So they're rewarding right action. This whole compensation is all based on rewarding right action. And they have fast start bonuses. I'll show you these individually very quickly because our time is almost up. But this Paygate, that was the system invented by the Japanese company, was tested from a mathematician at MIT and tested 6 months in the field in Japan, and the darn thing works. It pays on every time. All three of our products cost $130 to a distributor, and it gives 120 points on an automatic shipment every month, 120 points of qualifying volume for rank, 100 points of commissionable volume. And every time you introduce somebody else and that person introduces other people, you have more volumes of sales. It opens up a new Paygate, and you get additional percentages of commissions. And then we have this generation check match. That is like, some companies do something like that on only personally sponsored people. They give you some percentage of that person's check, but it's limited to only personally sponsored people. This is generations of leaders and every single person who gets a check. And I'll show you that on a chart, and you'll see what I mean. But it is where the real wealth is built into the maturity of your business, the back end of the program. After you've been in it a while, there'll be a point where your generation check match will surpass your own Paygate volume commission check. And that again rewards right action. It rewards you to help others. So for the first time in the history of the industry, you get paid to help others, rather than in the others when you get paid by levels. If you sponsor somebody yourself, you can't go help somebody else. You'll put that person first level to you. If you put them under somebody else to help them, you lose levels of commissions, and that's, you hurt yourself to help others, and it's contrary to human nature. So for the first time, we can help ourselves and help others at the same time. And I think that's what we all love to do. So this one works. Cooperative team building, communities, helping people, helping people. We have the best car program in the industry. They have leadership pools. I make about $5,000 a month just on the leadership pools. And then we have rank bonuses and unimaginable, like the Purple Diamond was a $100,000 bonus. The first one I got at $5,000. I'd never gotten a $5,000 bonus check for anything in my entire life. And hitting the Emerald rank, which it took me 6 months to do that. I got a $5,000 bonus check, plus all the commissions I made, you know, in doing the work. And then when I hit the Blue Diamond and made $25,000, I thought, oh my gosh, that was a huge event for me. But then the $100,000 check was just unimaginable. But it was real, so now I can imagine it. And I can imagine it for you if you do the work. This is not get rich quick, but it is get rich possible if you do the work. Kyani works. These are the averages as published by the company for these ranks. And you can go to, I think it's KyaniUSincome.com or something like that. I'll have that for you next week on the webinar, what that website is. But they have to prove these averages. And, you know, we talked about the fast start bonus. If you hit your Jade rank the first month, and we have trainings and teach you what you have to do that, you can make an extra $600 in bonuses. That $255 is just your residual income. That doesn't take into consideration the sponsorship bonuses you made and your team bonus and like that. That's just the residual monthly check. And the same thing for each of those ranks. I live this. I made that money. I know it's real. And the company proves it. And I went on that epic ship cruise, and that was great. Ron and I got to do that together. You see the picture of Bora Bora. We laid around that pool. Ron did his little happy dance. We had those little huts out on the water on stilts, and it was like paradise. And we got to do that. Things I probably never would have gotten to do. And I'm not the only one doing it. You see lots of other people are winning these trips and cars and promotions and computers and whatever they offer as a prize and promotion for doing what you want to do anyway, because of the money involved and because you're making a difference, helping people with the quality of their health. Now, just when I thought it was too good to be true, every year they come out with something and they add to the program. Most companies, after they get established for a while, they pull the rug out from under you and start playing the takeaway game. And Kyani has never done that. The only time they've ever done something to the plan, they've added to it. They've made it better. And they created this loyalty program just when in corporate America you think loyalty from your company, they expect loyalty from you still, but the loyalty back to you is non-existent, because a lot of people discovered that after working for the same company for 20 years, instead of getting to retire, they got laid off a few years before their retirement. And Kyani's cured that disease, and I consider it to be a disease of greed. In corporate America. Hopefully that pendulum's going to swing back the other way and people are going to become more ethical again. But Kyani says, if you stay loyal to us, we'll be loyal to you forever. So there's qualifying volume for rank, which every time you hit a new rank, you make more money. There's commissionable volume for that monthly residual income, and every time you hit a new pay gauge, you make more money. Well, now they give you KV on every product sold in your organization. For every 100 points of KV, they put $1 into a savings account. After you've been with the company for 5 years, you're a member in good standing, and after the age of 60 or 60 and above, you can opt to take this money out of the program in equal increments over the next 5 years, 60 payments. I've already got $37,000 in an account, and even though I've been with the company more than 5 years and I'm over the age of 60, yahoo, I'm leaving it sit there because I love the security of knowing that that's there for me and my family, and my whole business, as well as this savings account, is transferable to my heirs. So I'll just complete with this tonight, saying the timing is perfect. We're in global momentum. In the United States, we increased last year by 325%. And like I said, these numbers are proved by the company. They're not hype. We increased, I think, on the average globally about 60-65%. So we're in global momentum. Now is a really good time, because you not only will get to help cause that wave, that tidal wave of Kyani's going to make millionaires, but you can actually, get the benefits and be one of them. You can actually come in for as little as $40. It's a one-time fee to sign up as a distributor, and you get all the information and the setup. And then the only thing you need to do to qualify for all the bonuses and commissions this company pays is use the 3 products. I guess they think it's only ethical that if you're going to recommend something, that you be using it too. But a lot of companies, every time you get a new rank, they require more personal purchases. And Kyani fixed that one too. They don't do that one either. Just the first day you come in, top rank in the company, 100 points a month. That's all that is required to earn all the bonuses and commissions we pay. But you could come in at these business builder packs. Why? Because people make more money. You get product for yourself, and when you get these products into people, you can sell the samples. People often value them if they pay for them. but they're taking these products and they get the results and they want to get more, and because they get the results, they want to share them and they will come into the business with you. So I recommend the Business Builder packs, either the premium for $1,000 a month or the $578, not $1,000 a month, but $1,000 startup pack with a whole lot of product that you can launch your business with. Samples, like I said, that you can recover some of that expense by selling those samples. And you can also come in at the $569 in the U.S. That's the most popular pack. You get still get a lot of samples, and you get 6 months of your web tools. Your back office that's $75 for 6 months of web tools. So you're getting a $725 value. But we'll help you. The person who invited you can talk to you about what is your choice, what's the best for you. Maybe after listening, you're interested in the products because you're committed to, like me, being well with every breath of life. And you can look into KyaniScience.com. You satisfy yourself. We'll help you order the products. So just talk to the person who invited you tonight. Maybe you need more information to see if this business is for you, but I do promise you, we have systems. We have community and team. And now, can we do it for you? Absolutely not. But if you're committed to doing and having what I've done and have, we will help you get there. And we've got these presentations recorded. We've got, if you go to dreamteamkyani.com, you'll see we have a whole duplicatable system. I watched Norma, my friend, came over last night. She brought 3 people to my home to talk to me and had them all signed up before they left, and she did it all on her phone on this app. And she can stand in line at the bank and get in a conversation with somebody and show them a 5-minute webinar, a 5-minute video, and, you know, get their name if they're interested. And like that, we've got systems, and we'll show all that to you. And you may just be ready to sign up, and like I say, just talk to the person who invited you tonight, and they'll help you do all that, and they'll really put you into this system so that you too can be a part of this. And I'd like to welcome you to the most dynamic team and the most revolutionary company in network marketing history. So thank you so much for your time tonight. I value that. I hope this has been useful to you. And I just want to let you all know too that May 1st, our Spanish webinar is on globalimpactteam.com. Felix Hernandez is a new diamond with Kyani, and he's in Miami, Florida. And because he speaks Spanish a whole lot better than I do, because it's his native language, and he's very, very, very good at it. And he came to my webinars, and now he does them better than I do. So he's doing the Spanish. And I'm going to also unify and link my English. So I'm going to send everybody new links next week. May 1st, we're going to have a new link. And I'll get all of that out to you this week. But same time, 6 o'clock English, 7 o'clock Spanish. Thank you so much, and good night.